Joining us from the Pacific Northwest out in Seattle, where the Red Sox are 1-0 on the trip right now, is Red Sox manager Alex Cora. Alex, you got Dan, Ted, and Fitzy, and let's just start off. Anything interesting happened the last couple of days?
Oh, we keep winning games, man. That's always good.
There you go. All right. I like it a lot. All right. So regarding the Rafael Devers deal, Alex, when did you first hear that the team officially had decided to move on from Rafael Devers?
We've been talking about the subject for the last week. Obviously, on Sunday we got the news. The deal went down after the game, and we were at the airport, and then we have to get Rafi, talk to him, and let him know what happened. So, but there's been conversations, and this is something that it happens in every organization, right? As far as like the communication part of it, you know everything, and then they kept me in the loop with what was going on, and we decided to make the move on Sunday.
Alex, the leadership group, when they spoke yesterday, used the term inflection point in terms of when they realized this was going to become a reality. Was there any one point along the way or one instance where it became a certain thing that this deal was going to get made?
I think we talk about the organization, right, and what we're trying to accomplish. And I'm not going to hide the fact that Rafi is one of the best hitters in the world, right? We all know that. And, we have to move on from that part. But as you guys know, throughout the off season, we made some decisions during spring training. We made decisions during the season. Circumstances changed, and I don't think we were aligned in some of them. One thing I appreciate from Rafi was at 7:05, 1:05, or 1:35. Man, he posted, right. He did everything possible to help us win games, but. As a group, we decided that probably this is the best course of action for now and for the future. And we talk about it as a group, and this is where we're going. And like I told the guys, it's a tough decision, one that we don't have to ask questions about it. Right, our job here is to show up tonight and try to win the series, and then hopefully we can sweep tomorrow. You saw the group yesterday. There was a lot of energy, the way they talk about it. We all love Rafi, but we have to move on. And to be honest with you, we went through this a few years ago, and we failed at it. When we traded Christian, I think it was in 22, right? 22. And the mood of the group was down. We didn't play well right after that, and it felt a lot different yesterday. The guys showed up, and obviously we pitched well.
Alex, now that Rafi's gone, obviously the DH position has opened up. And I'm just curious, now that he's left, how does this change your approach offensively, and how do you look at that DH position?
Yeah, I think now, obviously, we got yesterday was Campbell. Today is going to be Ref Snyder. Willier, he comes back most likely on Friday. He's on a rehab assignment today. He's going to DH in Worcester. And I think here, now that we got this situation, Massa comes into play, right? He's been able to swing the bat throughout the process. The throwing has been an issue. So we got to sit down as a group and decide what's best for Massa, what's best for us. And if we have to speed up the process because he can hit, we can go that way. And there's a lot of moving parts. You saw the lineup construction, even with Rafi over the weekend against the lefties. We moved Ref and Romy to the top of the lineup. So we're gonna be creative. I think the guy on the mound is gonna dictate who we have. Let's say if he has a good fastball, well, we'll put our best fastball hitter in that spot. If it's Ref or Romy, and we'll mix and match. But I think as a unit, as a group, we're in a good spot, and we can be creative matchup with them late in games, and we're going to maximize that. I'm not saying that we're not going to miss Rafi Devers offensively, because, like I said before, he's one of the best in the world. But there's the unit that we have, and we're going to maximize the group.
Alex Cora, Red Sox manager, joining us here on WEEI Afternoons from out in Seattle. Alex, you referenced decisions being made in the off season. It's widely believed that you were pivotal, and in bringing in Alex Bregman, who was having a hell of a season until he hurt himself a little less than a month ago. Hopefully comes back soon. Breslow mentioned this as well, and I just want to ask you if you felt like there was anything that you could have done differently at any point along the way to prevent how the Devers situation ultimately played itself out.
I think if we talk to both groups, we will both admit that probably yes, but at the same time, man, like the Alex situation happened right at the end, and we communicated when we had to, when we were very close, and then after that, you saw what happened. So, yeah, I mean, you always try to think ahead and okay, if this happens again, how can we handle it better? But at the same time, man, it's not a given. It wasn't a given that Alex Bregman was coming here. There were a lot of rumors, and I got to spring training very early to talk to Rafi about what was going on and what might happen, and obviously, it looks like the communication wasn't good enough for his camp.
Alex, on that topic, the pejorative term that's been thrown around in years past was that you were kind of the Devers whisperer, having a great relationship with the player. How would you describe your relationship with Rafael Devers over the years, and did it change at all as the years went along?
No, it was good. It was good. It's still good, and like one of the things that I try to tell our players, and this is the reality of it, right? Like decisions on this business, they're business decisions, it's not personal, right? Like if we decide for you to be at the DH, it's not because we all of a sudden we're going to punish you and DH you, it's where we at as a group and as a organization, and that's why it was asked. And, if the player take it personal, then the relationship wasn't as great, right? So, and me and Rafi, we have a good one, I wish him nothing but the best. Obviously not this weekend, but I think he's going to be okay in San Fran. Obviously, they needed a bat. They got it. And where they at right now in the standings, I truly believe, they're going to be in a good spot the upcoming months.
Alex, is there expectations now that, Rafi's gone and his big contract is gone, that there's more financial flexibility, and is there expectations to the front office that they need maybe make a bold move at the trade deadline to get to really improve your team and see how you guys can finish strong?
Yeah, the way I see it is up to us now, right? Even with Rafi or without Rafi, we need to put pressure on the front office and ownership, for them to do that. We're 2 games over 500. If the season ends today, we're in the wildcard spot, right? We've been playing well the last 2 weeks, and the reason is because we're pitching. So just keep piling up wins, keep pitching well, and if we do that, I truly believe that we're going to be in a good spot going into the trade deadline, and it's going to be a lot different than the last few years.
Alex Cora, Red Sox manager, here with us on WEEI Afternoons from Seattle. So, Alex, one word that we have heard used a bunch. Sam Kennedy used it, Craig Breslow, and actually you even referenced it earlier, alignment. You're aligned now. Everyone's aligned. So that seems to be the big takeaway, the big bingo word. So would you say now that with Rafael moving on to San Francisco, hopefully there's less discord in the clubhouse, would you say that management, ownership, yourself, everyone is in alignment going forward, and that there's no one else is upset in the clubhouse?
I thought throughout the off season and throughout the start of the season, we were in the same page. It just happened that we had to make a big decision here, and it was trading Rafi. And it's not about opening spots in my belief. This is about this is what we needed to do for us to keep moving forward. And we got 2 good arms that I truly believe they're going to help us sooner rather than later. We need pitching. We got it. Like I said before, one of the best hitters in the world. He's going to be hitting in San Francisco most of the games. He's not going to be with us. But like the guys said yesterday, we have to turn the page. And I know it sounds harsh, but the less we talk about Rafi, the better it's going to be for the group. We love him. We're going to miss him. And we wish him nothing but the best. But we have to show up today and try to win the series.
Alex, as you talk so much about how your group had energy yesterday and really kind of bounced back after that seismic day on Sunday, who were the voices that you were hearing the loudest, the de facto leaders that were helping your group get through what was a pretty tumultuous time? Yeah,
I think, the veterans that there's a lot of people here that they're new to the organization, right? Like they know Rafi as a teammate the last 3 months, right? But they understand how it works. Walker Buehler, Garrett Crochet, Justin Wilson, and then Trevor Story, Rob Refrinder, that they've been here the last few years. One of the messages, too, and I'm going to be very clear, we cannot question the front office because the last 4 years we've been below average, right? So, we have to be better. That we're playing better the last 2 weeks, of course, and now we're in a better spot. People are talking about the wild card. You see what's going on in the division, the Yankees, the Rays, Toronto, and us. It seems like if we continue to play this way, it's what people expected before the season. It's going to be a dogfight all the way to the end. But as a group, we have to keep improving because the last few years are not acceptable.
Alex, a lot of talk about culture, really, from Breslow and Kennedy, both talking about kind of culture and first impressions. How important is that to you? Do you see having a good, strong culture as being imperative if a baseball team is going to go where you want them to go?
Well, sometimes I question if we're doing it right, to be honest with you, because we haven't been good, and like I said a few weeks ago, I take a look in the mirror, and say, hey, are you doing it right? Do we have to make adjustments? I never seen a good team or a winning team having bad chemistry, right? But there's been a lot of bad teams, too, that have good chemistry. They get along. The thing is that they don't have the talent to win a lot of ball games. So I truly believe in my principles as a manager. Hopefully, the players are buying into it, and we can keep moving forward. And like I said, we've done it before here. We did it in 18. We were really good in 21, but the other ones, we've been bad below average. So we're about to see what's going to happen, but yesterday was a good start after the Rafi trade.
There's no denying, Alex, the pitching has been awesome. You guys have pitched to a 1 ERA over the last 4 games, winners of 6 in a row. It's been pivotal, and obviously there was a lot of pitching that came back in the trade as well. So you said you got some good arms back. How do you plan on deploying those guys, and what would you see Jordan Hicks's role potentially being on the Sox pitching staff going forward?
Yeah, Hicks, he's in Boston right now. There's a good chance he's going to throw a live BP in the upcoming days and go on a rehab assignment next week. I got to talk to Bress about it, but it looks like we're going to use him in the bullpen, and, that's another good arm, throwing 98, 99, and having an extra arm, especially losing Justin Slayton for an extended period of time. Harrison, man, he's been in the radar. A lot of people have been talking about him for a while. He has this unique fastball that we truly believe is going to impact the game. And he's going to be in Worcester. We're going to make some adjustments in certain things that we recognize, obviously scouting him and watching video. But I think this kid is going to be one of those that when he comes here, he's going to impact this team and help us win a lot of games.
Alex, you talked about the timeline for Wilyer Abreu a moment ago. You've had a lot of injuries to navigate during this season. Any other timelines you can update us on, specifically anything with Alex Bregman that you're hearing?
Alex is improving, and the way he feels, the way he's talking about it, way ahead compared to the same injury when he was with the Astros. I don't have the timeline from back from that year, but the way he's talking, I don't want to say in a month or less than a month. I don't want to put pressure on him, but it feels like it's going to be sooner rather than later. In the beginning, I thought it was going to be longer, but it seems now that he should be with us soon. And I'm not talking about soon this week or next week, but you know what I mean? Like, it's not going to take 2 months. So that's good. Slayton still not throwing, feeling better. Tanner Houck is going on a rehab assignment tomorrow. So feeling better as a group. The guys are working hard. And like I said, man, this group is ready to go, and we get a chance today to win the series.
Well, obviously, Alex, it's been a very action-packed last 72 hours, not to mention the fact that you won 5 of 6 against the Yankees. Like I said, 6-game winning streak. The team seems to be responding well. The rookies are adding some energy as well, and you got a lot of work ahead of you, but we appreciate you taking some time to join us from the Pacific Northwest. Good luck the rest of the way, and we'll look forward to talking to you next week.
Thank you, guys. Be well.